Welcome to AlphaCars Motorcycles. My name is Ian. Today I'll be showing you this 2001 Nissan Pathfinder LE. And let me tell you why this Pathfinder is so exciting. It is a two-owner vehicle from sunny California. It's lived its whole life in California. The frame and suspension components, really the whole underbody, is completely rust-free. It is in amazing condition. It's had a stellar maintenance history. It's been very well taken care of, and we furthered that here at AlphaCars by doing a host of other pre-sale improvements, which you can read all about in the online listing on alphacars.com. As at the date of this video posting, this Pathfinder is for sale. So if you're interested in viewing the remaining tire and brake life, which by the way, we put a brand new set of Yokohama Geolanders on this vehicle. Also, you can view the paint thickness readings on each individual metal panel. This vehicle has factory original paint, clean Carfax, no accidents, which we confirmed with our paint meter tool. As I mentioned, you can view all the paint thickness readings on our website. And we do offer transportation. So if you're interested in this vehicle, if you're watching this video, but you don't live in New England, well, that's okay. Still give us a call. We can make the buying process very easy. And in the end, you'll have this Pathfinder delivered right to you. So with all that being said, we're gonna go over this Pathfinder in its entirety. If you do want to watch a specific video on just the underbody condition and when we had some mechanical components removed to do some service work, well, I'll link that in the top right hand of the video for you to click on now, and it'll be in the description. But this video will be really the rest of the Pathfinder, the exterior, interior, engine compartment, and I still will get the phone underneath the vehicle to show you the underbody from what we can see being out here. But like I said, up on the lift, watch that other video. You can view it a lot more thoroughly underneath. So now let's take a closer look at this Pathfinder. Let's start our inspection by doing a full walk around of the Pathfinder. We're gonna do a full 360 of the exterior and then of course get very detailed with all the different panels. While we do this, let me talk about the factory installed options. So this Pathfinder, it is an LE model. So there is a standard set of features you would get with it being an LE. But the things that were optioned when the vehicle was new, starting out, limited slip differential, floor mats, so there is the factory set of floor mats with it, an in-cabin microfilter, a tow hitch, as we can see here, official Nissan branding on it, and it's completely rust-free, by the way. And the body color side moldings, so it has the color-matched fender moldings there, and the sunroof package. So the sunroof package is standard on this model year, but that was an option that you'd have to pay for previously. But this Pathfinder, it does have the sunroof and it does work great. And of course, with that limited slip differential I mentioned just a few seconds ago, that is an awesome option to have, especially if you're just driving in rear-wheel drive most of the time. That's gonna add a lot of potential for traction in the slippery conditions, like in the rain or the snow. And off-roading, of course, we know a limited slip differential would be very helpful as well. Now let's go over the exterior here very closely. And we're gonna go nice and close to the panel and look up and down it. This vehicle does have a few imperfections, scratches and dings. With the age of it, you would kind of expect some of those things, but it is exceptionally in nice condition, this Pathfinder. And we did replace some of the factory seals because they were kind of deteriorating on these color matched fender flares here, or the body moldings. And we were able to come up with a great way to replace them with these nice seals that fit like factory. You would probably never know they were replaced, only just because I told you. But we are full disclosure here. That's why we're doing this very in-depth video on the Pathfinder and showing you any little thing that I may see. So on both sides, we did replace those moldings, which that's a very common thing on these vehicles. The factory seals or moldings between the fender flare and the panel. They are all tend to deteriorate by now. And like I said, our service team did an awesome job at replacing those. And we do actually have a separate video all about us doing those, and actually, I believe on one of the fender flares that we had off, you can see underneath at the panel condition, completely rust-free, nothing to worry about there, as this vehicle was from California. So that other video will be linked in this video description as well. And now going down the driver's side, overall it is looking awesome. And there are a few little dings on the passenger door here. You can see the light reflects differently in a few areas, but they are kind of hard to see unless you crouch down and get just at the right angle. Now looking at the glass and trims, everything looks great. You can see factory Nissan glass there. And now looking at the windshield, it's also in excellent condition. And the hood, which there's a couple imperfections on the hood. There are some rock chips here and there that were touched up, so they're not gonna rust, but they were touched up. I'm not sure if the camera even picks those up, but there's a few over here and a few right here. And the front bumper also has its share of imperfections, but look at the headlight lenses, super clear. Look almost brand new. And now looking at the bumper, throughout the bumper, there's rock chips, there's scuffs, but they've been touched up. And nothing is too, deeply damaged or cracked. Really, once you get up close, you see a few things, but from the distance, these things would be hard to notice. Now looking at the wheels, overall the wheels are in excellent condition. And of course the new Yokohama tires, as I mentioned. And now let's look at the passenger side wheels. And here's the passenger front. And this one has the most considerable, a little bit of cosmetic scuffing right here. But other than that, all the rest of them, there's some light, maybe scuffs here and there, but nothing as noticeable as that one. The rest of them are in really, really good condition. Checking out the glass and trims on this side here. Everything's looking good. Even look at the handle and this plastic insert. Still has a nice deep black color there. And now around back of the Pathfinder. We already looked back here a little bit, but I will point out there's a few imperfections on the bumper, namely this side. The bumper definitely, has a few scuffs in the edge there, but it's been touched up with the factory color. And this side was actually really clean, little to no imperfections over there. And there's a scuff right here on the top of the tailgate, if I get the camera to focus. Of course, we want to disclose that. The rest of the roof, I believe, other than some pollen on it, a little bit of dust and pollen, the rest of the roof and everything did look good. And of course, we've got a bunch of professional detailed photos on our website if you really want to take some time to zoom in on some high resolution photos. But of course, you can always pause this video and evaluate the area that we've been looking at. Well, now let's start to get to the interior of the Pathfinder. And let's show one of the Pathfinder's party piece. I only have one hand to do this, but I'll show you. We turn this all the way to the right and it pops open the rear glass. So this is an awesome feature of this generation. You've got the rear glass you can separately open, so then you can just reach in, grab things. You don't have to open the whole hatch. And something that this is especially useful for, let me just shut this here. Something that's especially useful for is when you're towing or you've got something on a hitch rack and you don't have space to open your whole hatch here. You can just open the glass and get to some straps or whatever things you need to get to in the trunk there. So any SUV that has that separately opening glass, if you use the SUV for, like I said, towing, carrying things on the hitch, things of that nature, that is really priceless. It's an awesome feature that you'll use quite a lot if you've always got you know, exciting things on the back of the vehicle. And as we can see, I already mentioned the tow hitch is just in amazing condition. It does have a plug and trailer wiring. And even this back bumper trim piece looks really nice. There is just one little scuff right here, a couple little areas. And now we'll open up our hatch, and very large cargo capacity here. There is the factory mat, trunk mat, which, as you can see, there's a few discolorations on it, definitely been used. Same thing with the floor mats that were factory optioned. Let's kind of look at these one by one. The rears are in great shape. By the look of this vehicle, I don't know if really anyone sat in the back of it. And then the front passenger mat looks really, really nice. Front driver's mat, it's definitely got some wear, got some discoloration, but that's what you want is on the mats. You don't want this to happen to your factory carpet. You want that to happen to your mats, so then you can replace those for pretty cheap and not do any actual damage to the vehicle. So looking in here now, it's got really all the goodies with it. It has the cargo cover there, which that is removable. And then you can also fold those front seats down flat, which you can view some images of what that looks like on our website with all the compartments open and things folded flat. You do have to remove the headrests off the back of these to fold them flat, but it's a small price to pay for some more luggage space. Underneath the mat here, we've got an additional storage area. And actually under here, if I can open this one-handed, I don't think this is ever used. Our hitch ball here, it's got the pin with the cotter pin in there. And by the looks of the ball and that there's no witness marks on this, I don't know if this was ever used, but this came with the Pathfinder and we're passing it right along. And if we open up this compartment, there is a San Jose, California marked bag here, and there is some like first aid stuff in there. And there's even an additional compartment under here, and that clicks up. Just all sorts of cool little things in the Pathfinder. Of course, this video, I'm mainly just focusing on showing the condition. That's what this video is for, but if there's any obvious cool features, I'm gonna show those as well. And now with the factory mats back in, we're gonna shut the hatch and move into our rear interior space. Like I was mentioning, there's literally no wear, no damage back here. I don't even know if anyone sat back here in the vehicle's life. It is really amazing the condition that the cloth seats are in. We've got a center armrest right here. Let's also take a peek at the headliner, which I don't think there's one scuff or a bit of damage on the back of the headliner here. Let's look at the headliner in the middle. Looks like one tiny scuff there. And then looking at it in the front, there's that sunroof. We will exercise that in a few minutes, but everything does look great. And then our bottom benches here, these fold up, because you might be thinking, where's the center seat belt? Where's the seat buckles? And you fold that up, and you've got some factory toolkit things. Under here, you've got all of the buckles ready to use, including that center lap belt. And then these, using this lever here, these would fold forward. And you just need to remove the headrest, and then they do go flat, which is really cool. So we're gonna latch these back in. Center console here. Got some cup holders, which I don't think there's one cup in those. There's not even any scuffs on the plastic or any bit of wear. It is really amazing. The inside of this Pathfinder is really like a time capsule. That's why when we acquired this vehicle, we've really put the time and money into it to further enhance it and be able to pass it on to someone else who's gonna get a long bit of use out of it. Back to the interior condition. This door card looks excellent. Not a single scuff or bit of damage back here. It all literally it could be new. You could tell someone it's new and they'd probably believe you. Even all of the door jambs here in the hinge area, it's all perfectly clean. And all these door edges too, there's no damage, there's no corrosion. There's some of the drains here, right here, but everything is just really, really nice, all the panel edges. And before we move to the front of the vehicle, let me open up this side, and seems to be the same story over here. It looks like there's maybe one little scuff right there, but that's just getting really, really picky. The rest of the door card looks awesome. Looks like there is one scuff there. Maybe some luggage was put back here with the seats down at some point. And checking out the edges of the door here, everything looks great. Not a single spot of corrosion or rust. And same goes for the hinges here and the body of the vehicle. Now let's open up our passenger door. And we've got this door panel. The material, everything looks really nice. And same thing for all the door edge here. And this whole kick panel right here, all the sheet metal around it, everything is looking really nice. And check out the seat condition. This passenger seat, I really can't find much of any wear on it. Doesn't even look like anyone has sat in it. And even look at the carpet condition underneath. It's all exceptional. Got the glove box here. And this vehicle does come with the factory booklets. It actually comes with some extra things as well, like a dealer-only sales brochure that would have trained a sales associate when this vehicle was new. You can view pictures of that on the website, on the online listing for this vehicle. Looking at the center armrest, it's in very nice condition. Maybe a little bit of wear on the edges, but it's very, very light. You can just tell it's been exercised a little bit, but other than that, it looks great. And this interior panel right here, a little bit of discoloration, but of course you'll probably put things on there anyways and you won't see it. And then if we pull this up, there's actually more storage and a power outlet in there. And this just clicks back down. And we've got our cup holders. Nice that they have an insert here to make it smaller if you need. And I believe this is an ashtray, but I don't believe it was ever used. Especially this vehicle, it smells fresh, doesn't smell like there's ever been smoke in there. And you can even just open this from this lower latch as well if you don't want to undo that top panel, and it'll go right into that lower area. So all sorts of options Nissan gives you. And I believe that's it on this side. Let me show the dash. You can see there's no cracking or any bit of damage, so that's awesome. I'm gonna go around to the driver's side now, and we'll get on in, and we are gonna start it up. It starts right up. Almost as soon as you crank it forward, it just fires right up. So our AC roars into life, ice cold AC. It is an auto, which is an awesome feature to have for a vehicle from this era. But looking there, 149,086 miles at the date of this video posting. Would you have thought this had 149,000 miles while looking at it? I certainly would not have. But let's hop back out just for 1 second. Check out the driver's seat condition. Now that we know the mileage, that's why I wanted to show that. Now that we know the mileage, look at the driver's seat. Whoever the two owners were who had this vehicle, they took amazing care. Nothing worn through the material, the lightest bit of wear just right here. You know, you could find a vehicle with half this mileage and the interior, you know, could have holes in the seats and it could be trashed. It all depends how you treat a vehicle, but this is just so impressive, you know, with the mileage. And that's really not too bad for this platform. This VQ V6 and the transmission, the drivetrain in this Pathfinder. I've actually got a friend, their family has one of these with like almost 300,000 miles and they still use it all the time. It's really the rust you have to worry about on a vehicle of this age in New England that will kill it before the engine dies. Well, this vehicle is the opposite. I think with the rust-free nature of this Pathfinder, such a rare and desirable vehicle to have in New England, whereas it has absolutely no rust. This will go such a long time. It's ready for another 150,000 if you take care of the mechanicals on it. You don't have to worry about the rust catching up with you or totaling the vehicle, like I said before, the engine and drivetrain are at the end of their service life. But even the trims down here, everything is just in excellent condition. And there is a little bit of wear on the window switches. You can see right here and right here, just a little bit of that black has worn off, but all the windows do work great. And you've got the auto windows in the front here. One touch, and they are pretty quick, which is nice. But the armrest and the door material on this side, it does look good. A little bit of material damage right here, but the metal material on the door, everything else looks great on the edge of the door skin there. And let's get back in now. And showing the driver's side of the dashboard, everything is looking great. As I mentioned, all the interior functions, really, they do work good. We've got our transfer case selector here, normal drive select, and we already saw some of these things from the other side. Steering wheel is in really nice condition. This control panel looks really nice. This one does have some wear. You can still tell what they do, but that one does have a little bit of wear there. And you can see a little bit of wear here and here on the steering wheel. Other than that, though, the steering wheel does look really nice. But now that we've gone over all the interior, apart from that, there you go, little coin tray there. Let's pop the hood. Idling very happily. There's our tried and true V6. And yeah, it's just very honest under here. You can see all the bolts and everything. There's no corrosion. And the fender bolts, no witness marks or paint cracked off because they were messed with. Really a testament to the vehicle's originality. And even underneath the hood, the sound insulation's still here. It looks nice. A little bit of wear on it just on the left side there, but some of the factory diagrams there. And let's just listen to this idle for 1 second. Very nice. And now the last thing on this Pathfinder, with a little bit of light out here, let's just put the phone under. And it's probably a little dark, but I just want to show you, especially usually the places you'll find things full of rust, like the rear shocks and axle and springs. It's all so clean. So if you want to see more of the underbody, like I said, we have a separate video when we had the transmission removed to do the rear main seal. I show a bunch of things in that video, really a very thorough inspection of the Pathfinder under there. And speaking of doing the rear main seal, we invested over $8,000 into this Pathfinder because it did have the rear main seal leak and a few other things we just wanted to sort out before passing it along. And really, we've saved the next potential buyer thousands and thousands in these repair costs by doing these things now, really getting it sorted, ready to just turn the key and enjoy for years without something like a rear main seal that would cost, many $1,000s for a shop to replace. Without that, on the horizon. So I want to thank you for watching this video on the Nissan Pathfinder. It's been a pretty long and involved video, so if you've watched the whole thing, thank you. If you are interested in it and it is still available, contact us at 978-263-9000. Don't forget, we offer transportation as well. This has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more motoring content like this.